Jane Evans, the Lasting Life Change Parent Coach. Is it possible to accidentally burden your child with the responsibility for your feelings? Now let's just think about that. Okay, so think about yourself. So do you ever find yourself saying, oh, I think I just upset my friend, or I don't think that my boss is very happy with me, or my partner just always seems to be irritated with me at the moment, or something along those lines. So, you say it because you have the feeling that you've done something, that somehow it's your fault, that this person is being miserable towards you, or doesn't appear to have liked what you've said or what you've done or not done, or and it's a pretty crappy feeling, to be honest, isn't it? And we often it hangs around us for a long time, that sense of I have done something. And sometimes you might think that you know what it is, and other times you just might not. It's just how you feel. I feel bad because I feel this person doesn't like me now, or they think badly of me. And it really is a real thing, isn't it? I know it used to plague me. After I'd had a conversation with someone somewhere, I would overanalyze everything on the journey home, looking for words or things I might have said that I bored them or whatever. But you know what, that didn't just happen by accident, that you have that sense in you. It will have come from when you were a child. Children pick up really quickly, oh, these adults I rely on for love, for safety, for food, for comfort, for fun, for just my survival. Actually, they are more connected with me. The feeling, the flow of energy between us feels better when I do these things and when I don't do those things. Now, children work this out subconsciously, so below a conscious thought, because they don't really have the brain capacity for that. But as a survival mechanism, they they pick it up really quickly, and then eventually they build neural pathways in their brain. So their brain cells connect up based on incoming information that they receive, and particularly the stuff that prioritizes their safety and survival. So if they get a lot of messages about, well, I'm not very happy with you now you've done that, am I? That's not okay. Mummy's really sad now, or daddy is not very pleased that you, and then the opposite, oh, you are such a wonderful girl for doing that. Oh, mummy is so happy. Nanny is so proud of you. Your daddy's best girl or daddy's best boy. You can see, can't you? It's a bit like the lottery for a child. Oh, this feels good when this energy comes from the people I love and adore, and this energy doesn't. So over time, children's brains and nervous systems get wired up for this makes life feel better and this makes life feel scary. So you can see how, with no intention in the world, as parents, we can accidentally prime children to really have a strong sense that they are responsible for our emotional states. And they're certainly responsible for whether we're happy, whether we think well of them, whether we feel love towards them. And you know what? That's a pretty horrible burden for us to accidentally put on our children. And I am totally sure I would have done that to my son at times. I know I will have done. Oh, I'm so proud of you that you got, 8 out of 10 for your spellings, or, well, do you know what? It's not really about me, is it? Finally, one day I realised, shut up and find out how he feels about the score he got for his spellings. This is not about you. But it took me a long time to figure that out. But that's when things started to really change. that when I would catch myself, I would start with finding out how he felt about things rather than jumping in, thinking that I was, doing a wonderful thing and boosting his self-esteem, telling him how happy I was and how much he pleased me and made me proud and all that stuff that we say. When I could catch myself, I would start with him. Oh, okay, so that happened. So how are you feeling about that? Or what's that like for you? That's the starting point. That's where we build inside our children this internal sense of, actually, how do I feel about this? Because if we grow up to be adults, that we can first and foremost check in with ourselves, allow ourselves to feel like, you know what, I did okay, I did a good job, it may not have been perfect, but you know what, I can hand on my heart, know I did a great job, and what will be will be. Or that person, they seem to have had a reaction to something I've said, although of course there's always a high possibility that you're wrong and they're just thinking about, I really need to go to the bathroom soon, or what will I have for dinner tonight? It just looks like they're reacting to what you said. But you can be in that space and then think, okay, well, I hope they're okay. There was no bad intention in me. So I can just feel peaceful about that and go on my way. Or I can check in with them if I want to, are you okay? Is everything all right? And they may just tell you, oh, sorry, I think I might have looked a bit distracted when I was talking to you, but actually I'm really worried about my dog. I have to take my dog to the vet later and I think it's not going to be good news. And we tend to always assume their reaction relates to us, whereas the chances are it virtually never does. So the most important two takeaways from this are that as adults, we are never responsible for someone else's feelings and reactions towards and about us. We are responsible for treating everyone with respect, compassion and kindness, especially our children. But if we always show up that way as much as is humanly possible, we can't be responsible for how other people receive it. We can just be in a compassionate space with their reaction and know that 99% of the time is nothing about us. And the other takeaway is really start to be in that place of, am I accidentally, unintentionally giving my child the message that they have to please me and make me proud? Because that is passing on this horrible responsibility for keeping others happy, and no one wants to lay that on their children.